Even as the deadly COVID pandemic continues, there are reasons to hope that it will become increasingly safe to gather in person this year. Like many of you, I am excited to see people in the flesh, rather than on screens or not at all. However, I know that there will not be a clear ending to our limited gatherings, to physical distancing, or to masking. This means that each of our congregations, and often each group within a congregation, will need to faithfully decide when and how to gather in the months ahead. Many of you have been asking an essential question: how can we be safe? In the coming months, though, we have other important questions too. How can we stay connected? How can we make sure that people do not feel pressured to gather in person before they feel safe doing so? How can we make sure that some people are not left out? How can we keep congregational leaders and pastors from being stuck in the middle between multiple sides on what to do and how to do it? How can we prevent this time of transition from creating divisions among us? In some ways, the issues of safety will be the easiest for us to navigate. Some of our congregations and our Christian Conference Center have been hosting certain in-person activities. We have figured out physical distancing in group gatherings and how to deal with the use of smaller spaces, like bathrooms. We've required masks to be worn indoors. We've followed strict cleaning procedures. We've made sure that our staff members and volunteers feel completely safe with what they are expected to do, sometimes adapting activities based on their concerns for their safety. Personally, I expect that you will lovingly see to the well-being of your community whenever you gather in person. Follow the updated recommendations of the CDC. Wear masks and keep physically distant. Don't attend if you've been exposed or if you have symptoms. Don't force anyone, not even the pastor, an elder, a musician, or worship leader, to attend if they don't feel safe. Help them find other ways to lead. And continue to be cautious. It's probably unwise to sing together, to eat together, or to open your nursery, unless you create a very long list of safeguards. The good news, and the hard news, is that you'll have time to figure these things out. Everyone is not coming back all at once. In most church settings, attendance at worship services and other group gatherings seems to be 40% or less of pre-COVID numbers. Just as you have for the past year, you'll need to continue to find creative ways, using old and new technologies, to keep your congregation together. You'll need to find ways that those in person and at home can worship together, can share prayers together, learn together, have opportunities to give and serve together, and more, even as there is physical distance between us. For many, these lower in-person attendance numbers will feed anxieties that the church is dying. It certainly is possible that the past year has given some people permission to leave the church. It is also likely that it has encouraged others to connect. In specific ways, this time of distancing has reminded many of us how special it is to gather together for any reason. And finding reasons to gather together is one of the church's greatest gifts. We must continue to build connections and offer repeated invitations worthy of the love of God to whom we're faithful. There are and will continue to be many important decisions. As has been clear over the past year, there will be many passionate opinions on what and where and when and how to do things in our congregations and communities. Let us honor each other as we discuss and make difficult decisions. Rather than blaming the pastor or board chair or elders or other leaders, let us offer grace, recognizing the stress of striving to make the best decisions when there is not consensus. Rather than allowing stress or guilt to overwhelm us, let us offer grace to ourselves too. My prayers continue for you and for all of our congregations and leaders during these demanding times. I hope you continue to recognize God's presence in your midst, offering comfort, healing, wisdom, and hope. May you continue to experience and share the insuppressible love of Jesus. And may you sense God's peace and blessings during this Lenten season and beyond.